Welcome back to Summer Nights. You know, it's difficult to express exactly how excited and honored we are to present our next guest.
From the years 1976 to 1979, Johnnie Wilder was part of one of the most successful R&B groups in the world, Heatwave, with hits like Boogie Nights, Groove Line, and my favorite, Always and Forever.
But on the afternoon of February the 24th, 1979, tragedy struck this talented musician-composer. A devastating automobile accident left Johnnie Wilder paralyzed and lying near death in a nearby Dayton hospital.
And today, after years of constant therapy and his undying faith in God, Johnnie Wilder has overcome almost impossible odds. And in 1987, Johnnie has just completed his first solo album, a unique collection of inspirational music performed entirely by Johnnie himself.
And tonight marks Johnnie's first television appearance in almost 9 years, and singing a special song that reflects his attitude about his miraculous recovery and an undying faith. Here's someone who's become a very special friend of ours.
Here's Johnnie Wilder performing Saved.
His voice could melt a dance floor or stop a room cold. Smooth, powerful, unmistakable. As the co-founder and lead singer of Heatwave, this man gave the world timeless hits like Always and Forever and Boogie Nights. But behind the music was a story far deeper than chart success. A story of tragedy, transformation, and unshakable faith. Paralyzed in the prime of his career, he didn't give up. He turned his voice towards a higher purpose, inspiring countless others with both his talent and strength. This is more than a story about a singer. This is the journey of a soul. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Johnnie Wilder. Now, if you guys love my videos and love supporting me, then I suggest you become a member of the channel, where I will be releasing exclusive videos just for you all. Be sure to get that family tier so you won't miss out on these exclusive perks. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born July 3rd, 1949 in Dayton, Ohio, a city steeped in funk and soul. Raised in a large musical family, Johnnie's first stage was a church pulpit. His deep spiritual roots and gospel training would shape the way he sang, not just technically, but emotionally. Every note had purpose, every word had weight. From a young age, it was clear Johnnie wasn't just another singer, he had the gift. Johnnie's main connection to music was his engagement in his high school glee club. After graduation, he spent 3 years in the military stationed in Germany, where he found a 5-man singer group that largely played in military and civilian bars nearby. After their tour of duty finished, the original group began to collapse, but a tiny core moved to West Germany and reformed under several names. The group changed their name to Chicago Heatwave, with the addition of a skilled performer and songwriter, Rod Temperton, whose credentials include penning Thriller and Off the Wall for Michael Jackson. Their band toured Europe extensively, establishing an invincible reputation and loyal fan base at each stop. Eventually, the band went to England, where they changed their name to Heatwave. They gained popularity with the publication of the original hit, Boogie Nights. By the time the song hit #1 in London, CBS Records was already in talks with the group's London label, GTO Records, about a lucrative international distribution agreement. The next song, Always and Forever, propelled Too Hot to Handle to reach 3 million sales, with the songs Groove Line and Mind Blowing Decisions paving the way. Central Heating earned multi-platinum status in 1978. As Heatwave began recording their third album, Hot Property, in studios throughout the world, Johnny's future couldn't have looked better. Heatwave was one of the most distinctive and important soul groups of the late 70s, spanning the gap between disco and slow jam royalty. At the peak of the group's success, tragic events just so happened to occur. Johnnie was home in Dayton when he decided to take advantage of a gap in his demanding recording schedule to see his family and friends. When the incident happened, Johnnie believed that his future was ended. At that very moment, an out-of-control van wrecked Johnny's car, leaving him paralyzed from the neck down. He spent a year in the hospital before he was released. However, he instantly proved his incredible resiliency. Despite being confined to a wheelchair, he still toured Europe with the group, recording lead and background vocals on the group's fourth and fifth albums. Did you know that Johnnie was the man who helped Teddy Pendergrass embrace his new life and overcome depression following his life-changing accident? Throughout his protracted rehabilitation, Johnnie focused within and upward. He deepened his Christianity faith by creating and recording uplifting songs from his wheelchair, depending extensively on his voice. Johnnie was requested to produce Straight Company, who was a lovely, vibrant vocal group. Less than a year after their collaboration, Johnnie was in the studio making his debut solo album, My Goal. In 1996, he released his second solo project titled One More Day, showcasing the same smooth, emotional vocals that made him a star. Without instruments, autotune, or a band, just his voice and his conviction, Johnnie proved that his gift went beyond genres, beyond mobility, and beyond the stage. Since then, Johnnie, who was previously nominated for 2 Grammy Awards, has produced 8 other vocal artists. He also became one of the most sought-after producers of cappella gospel music in the country. Like many gospel artists, his motivation was simply stated, "I seek no glory or admiration. Initially, I just wanted to do a project to God's glory." In the years that followed, Johnnie became a symbol of resilience. Through his unwavering dedication to music and faith, even after a life-changing car accident, he faced a tragedy that could have ended his career, but instead, he marked the beginning of a powerful new chapter. Refusing to let physical limitation silence his voice, he continued to record soulful, a cappella gospel music that touched the hearts around the world. His ability to transform personal hardship into a message of hope and spiritual strength made him more than just a remarkable singer. It made him an enduring inspiration. He toured churches, recorded independently, and spread a message of hope through his a cappella gospel albums. He turned his pain into purpose, inspiring the disabled, the brokenhearted, and anyone searching for healing. He didn't need a band. He didn't need a stage. He just needed his voice and his faith. Sadly, on May 13th, 2006, Johnnie Wilder passed away at the age of 56. He was survived by his wife and his daughter. Johnnie's voice lives on a timeless soul of Heatwave and the quiet power of his gospel recordings. From the dance floors of the 70s to the altars of faith, Johnnie gave everything he had. And even when life took away almost everything, he gave it more. Johnnie was more than just a soul singer. He's a survivor. A man who turned heartbreak into harmony, and whose music still whispers to us, always and forever. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by Heatwave? Or your favorite song by Johnnie Wilder?